Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside the Inferno. I'm Erin Hjerpe.
And I'm Avenatti. We have a lot to cover today, so let's get right into it. With the NCAA tournament approaching, the ASU men's basketball team hopes to make it onto the bracket, but their chances are slimming. Inferno Intel reporter Erin Gonzalez is here with the latest.
The Arizona State men's basketball team entered Thursday night's matchup fresh off a road sweep of Stanford and Cal last week, looking to continue the winning streak to begin their final home weekend of the season at Desert Financial Arena. ASU hosted Pac-12 rival Colorado. A few notable Sun Devil legends were in attendance: James Harden, Eddie House, Rob Edwards, and Zylan Cheatham. The Sun Devils gave it their all and looked to secure the season sweep, but fell to the Buffaloes 67-59. Junior DJ Horn hit 5 threes for a total of 15 points. This was the third time Horn hit 5 triples in his time at Arizona State. The Sun Devils defense forced 15 turnovers. ASU returns to the hardwood on Saturday for senior night, as they will honor Micah Burno, Desmond Cambridge Jr., Devin Cambridge, DJ Horn, Luther Muhammad, John Olmstead, and Warren Washington in their final home contest of the season as they face the Utah Utes. Tip-off is set for 4 p.m. Now let's send it back to Erin and Lauren at the desk.
Thank you, Erin. ASU baseball is kicking off their season this weekend against San Diego State. There are a lot of new faces on the roster, and Inferno Intel reporter Mary Grace Grable has the details.
Year 2 of the Willie Bloomquist era of Sun Devil baseball begins this weekend. The 2023 Arizona State roster is set to face San Diego State in their season opener at home. This series will feature the practically rebranded team that features over 20 new faces for the first time, true freshmen and transfers alike. The program announced their weekend pitchers on Sunday, which will start a junior transfer each day. Ross Dunn on Friday, Christian Curtis on Saturday, and Timmy Manning on Sunday. Bloomquist has said that he's been sleeping better at this time of year considering the current state and preparation the team is in, but the true test will be how the team responds when the lights come on at Phoenix Municipal Stadium this weekend.
Thanks, Mary Grace. Sun Devil hockey is making its return to Mullet Arena after a tough weekend in Alaska. Our Kyle Krikorian walks us through the latest matchup and what's to come.
ASU hockey was swept by Alaska Fairbanks last weekend, losing 2-1 in the first game and 5-2 in the second. In Game 1, Lucas Sillinger scored on a third-period power play, and TJ Septemfelter had 22 saves in between the pipes. In the second game, Teddy Lagerback and Josh Doan each found the back of the net, and Septemfelter had 25 saves in between the pipes. With the second game lost, the Sun Devils are now 3-10 on the road this season and have only won 3 out of their last 10 games. The Sun Devils currently sit with a record of 13-18, and with 8 games left of the season, there's still a good chance for the Sun Devils to finish above 500. On a separate note, senior forward Robert Mastrosimone was nominated for the 2023 Hobie Baker Award, which is given to the top player in the NCAA each year. Mastrosimone leads the team across the board with 9 goals, 20 assists for 29 points. He also has 3 game-winning goals this season against North Dakota, Minnesota, and St. Thomas. This weekend, the Sun Devils will host the newest NCAA Division I program, the Lindenwood Lions, on February 17th and 18th at 7 p.m. The Sun Devils will hope to get back into the win column on their home ice to finish out the season. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kyle. After losing 4 matches in a row, ASU Wrestling is on a 5-win hot streak. Our reporter Alex DaCosta has more.
ASU Wrestling sent their graduating seniors off with a victory in Thursday's match, with a clean sweep of 42-0 against CSU Bakersfield. This marks the first shutout for ASU Wrestling since their 43-0 win against Cal Poly in January of 2020. Sun Devils honored Zane Coleman, Brandon Courtney, Mikal McGee, Cordell Norfleet, Josh Newmer, and Ethan Pickren prior to the match. The Sun Devils earned bonus points in 6 bouts, along with freshmen Emilio Esarge and Shea Addison achieving their first dual wins. In addition, after a tough battle, redshirt freshman Max Wilner had a sudden victory with a score of 9-7, ultimately improving the Maroon and Gold's overtime record to 9-2. Number 5 ranked Colton Schultz pinned Paul Sharp to mark back-to-back pins in his past 2 duels. Number 4 ranked Mikal McGee marked his final home match with a win by Tech Fall, earning his 28th career Tech Fall. The Sun Devils wrap up their regular season this Sunday on the road against number 2 Nebraska. The defending Pac-12 champions will then head back to the desert to prepare for the upcoming Pac-12 Wrestling Championship.
Thanks, Alex. A new era of Sun Devil softball is underway, starting this weekend with the Littlewood Classic. Inferno Intel reporter Kenji Ito has the details. What can we expect from them, Kenji?
ASU softball is back in full swing for the 2023 season. The Sun Devils started 4-1 in the San Diego State season kickoff last week. Led by first-year head coach Megan Bartlett, the team ranks 22nd in the USA Today D1 Top 25 Coaches poll. This weekend, the Devils host the annual Littlewood Classic at Farrington Stadium. On Thursday night, ASU dropped their second loss of the season to BYU with a final score of 10-5. Next up, they face Portland State on Friday, have a doubleheader on Saturday against Illinois State and DePaul, and close the tournament on Sunday against Weber State. Players to watch have been senior infielder Jasmine Rowland and grad student outfielder Yanira Acuna, who was ranked 16th in the Softball America's 2023 Top 100 ranking. Rowland has hit 2 home runs with a .500 average, while Acuna has hit 3 home runs with a .429 average. You can catch all the action this weekend on Pac-12 Network. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Kenji. ASU Gymnastics is coming back to Tempe with 2 losses after a tough couple of weeks in California. And as the team returns to Tempe, the competition won't get any easier. Inferno Intel reporter Paisley Poole has the details.
Women's gymnastics had a tough weekend in California, going up against 7th-ranked Cal and 6th-ranked UCLA, unable to reach 197 points in either matchup. Senior Hannah Scharf scored a season high on floor and all around against Cal. She led the team in 4 out of the 5 events, notably scoring a 9.95 on the floor, and junior Sarah Clark scored a 9.875 on the beam. The Sun Devils shined on the floor, setting a season best at 49.425, with scores being 9.9 plus. Against UCLA, junior Jada Mangajas was the highlight on the bars, scoring a career high of 9.925 with her contribution. The Devils with the new high in bars with a 49.425. And on the beam, the Sun Devils reached a 49 or higher for the 5th consecutive meet, and it was the 3rd meet in a row where they surpassed 49 on the floor. The Sun Devils will be back at home for their next matchup against the 4th-ranked Utah Utes on Monday at 1 p.m.
Thanks, Paisley. ASU Women's Hoops is still searching for its first conference win in what has been a challenging season in a loaded Pac-12 conference. Reporter Douglas Santo has more. What's it looking like this weekend, Douglas?
ASU women's basketball is coming off another 0-2 weekend, dropping games to Cal and 6th-ranked Stanford, extending their losing streak to 12 games. The Lady Devils are now 0-14 in conference play, with 4 games remaining, including their last 2 home games this weekend. Despite the difficult season filled with injuries, junior guards Ty Skinner and Jaden Simmons have been stars. Simmons has scored double digits in 19 games this season, including 10 straight. Skinner has 21 double-digit games of her own, including 12 20-point games, with her latest being a 23 spot against Stanford last weekend. Head coach Natasha Adair said, quote, "When the lights are on, her nickname is Showtime," end quote. Skinner has put up at least 20 points in both games against Stanford this season, becoming only the 3rd ASU player to do so in the last 10 years. The Sun Devils have also been strong in the turnover category this season, ranking 2nd in the Pac-12 in turnover margin and recording double-digit turnovers in 8 straight games. The Lady Devils will need to keep this trend going this weekend as they try to earn their first conference win and put an end to the 12-game losing streak. Although it won't be easy, as Friday the 17th they'll face 21st-ranked Colorado, and Sunday the 19th they'll face 4th-ranked Utah. Although, Friday night the Sun Devils will have history on their side, as they've beat the Buffaloes 14 straight times, and they'll head into Sunday motivated for senior night against the Utes. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Douglas. ASU Women's Golf continues their spring season, hoping to return to the national championships once again. Inferno Intel reporter Stephen Buxton tells us about the team's latest success.
This week, ASU Women's Golf took a trip down to the Bahamas for the Nexus Collegiate Tournament. The number 13 Sun Devils took 3rd place, with the only 2 teams ahead of them being number 2 Wake Forest and number 9 LSU. The team finished up the tournament with the 2nd best round of the day, 3, to solidify their 3rd place spot. 5 Sun Devils finished in the top 21, and overall the team was led by freshman Paula Schultz-Hansen and sophomore Grace Summerhays. The 2 shot .218, finishing 2 over par and in a tie for 4th place, ahead of 4 of the top 10 golfers in the country. There were plenty of highlight moments for the ASU. Their 43 birdies tied Wake Forest for the most of any team, and they even added a pair of Eagles from junior Ashley Menny and senior Amanda Linner. In other news, last week Menny accepted her invitation to play in the Augusta National Women's Amateur. The two-time All-American is coming off 2 top 5 finishes in her last 3 tournaments, including a tie for first in the match at the Desert. This is her second year in a row Menny will compete in the tournament. Last year, she was one of 30 golfers to make the final cut after the first 2 rounds, but scoring 13 over left her in 29th place at the end of the tournament. Menny has been excited for this event all year, saying that going back is a dream come true once again, and she looks forward to it all year. 2023 marks the 4th consecutive year that a Sun Devil has competed in the tournament, dating back to 2019. Last year, Menny competed alongside current teammate Paula Schultz-Hansen and Alexandra Fosterling. The tournament is in March 29th to April 1st, but before that, Menny, along with the rest of the team, will head over to South Carolina February 27th for the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate.
Well, that's all we have for our show today.
Wow, it feels like it went by so fast. Well, for the latest sports update, make sure to follow our Twitter and Instagram at Inferno Intel and head over to our website at infernointel.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and for Erin and the rest of our crew, I'm Lauren Avenatti. We'll see you next time.